Welcome to Grub and our latest Carol Lawson show of the season. It is great to have you with us on this Tuesday night. Thanks so much for hanging out with this great crowd here tonight. Coach, great to be with you as always. A lot of great things to talk about when it comes to your basketball team. Some big wins, obviously, the last couple of weeks. What stands out about the way your team has played over the last 2 or so weeks since we were last together?
I think they've just shown the ability to play differently. And when I say differently, the scheme changes every game. And, the last couple of weeks we've had like some very different schemes with how we wanted to defend. And they've been able to do it and do it at a high level. So how you defend SMU is different than how you're going to defend Louisville, is different than how you're going to defend Wake Forest, and so on and so forth. And so the ability to change between different ways of playing people has been really impressive to see.
I want to go back a couple of weeks to the Miami win. And obviously that was a really long road trip with the trip to Pittsburgh and then to Miami before coming home. How proud are you of the way that your team just handled the business on the road and took care of Miami in that game?
Yeah, I'm really proud. That was a unique situation. We did our, sorry everybody, we weren't here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we were at the beach. But
I'm happy to be a little warmer.
well, we couldn't be here because the plane that they wouldn't let us land in Raleigh
right.
after the Pittsburgh game. They wouldn't allow, with the weather coming, we weren't able to come back. And so, we had 2 choices. We could stay in Pittsburgh, and they were getting 16 to 18 inches.
No thanks.
That night, or we could go to Miami. So
thank you.
I think that's a pretty easy. That's a pretty easy choice, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
is,
mean,
for sure.
Yeah, it's like living or dying. It's like what do you want to do? So because Miami was the next opponent, it just made sense for us to go there early, and I was a little concerned about that.
Sure.
To not have your normal, practice facility and your normal routine, and when you're on the road, you don't. I mean, we didn't have enough clothes.
That's right.
We all had to go to the laundromat.
Yeah.
And, you can also get tired of eating out. It sounds great to eat out and go on a trip, but when I don't know if you felt this way when you've traveled, like, I'm ready to be home.
Sleep in your own bed.
Cook your own food. And so all those things are thrown off a little bit. So adding all of that up, being on the road for a week, and then going against a good Miami team, I was pleased that we were able to be focused enough to get the win, and that game was difficult for us.
Yeah. I do want to go back to the Wake Forest game quickly and just talk about the second half. Obviously, not pleased with the way the team played in the second half. You talked about being professional and not playing to the scoreboard. How do you put those life lessons or those lessons into your team of playing the game just one possession at a time?
Yeah, and I think it's understandable for all of us sitting here that if the margin is high, it's a human nature to maybe let up a little bit. I think we can all agree that would be like something you would think about. Maybe you would do, but you would at least think about it. And so the fight is to not to allow yourself to do that, because every possession is an opportunity to improve. Every possession, you're either doing something the right way or the wrong way. Like, there's no in between. So again, like, why would you ever, even though the margin is wide, why would you ever do something the wrong way? It's like, what are you practicing for? If you're practicing doing things the wrong way, then you're practicing to lose. Because there's never a time in a game that you need to win that you would do it the wrong way on purpose. So why, if you wouldn't do it the wrong way on purpose in a close game, why would you practice that in a not close game? So again, I understand our players are young and we're building habits, and so I know there's going to be some of that. But if I don't call that out, then they believe the behavior's okay, right? And so you have to bring it to their attention. They can choose to do it or not. And but if I don't tell them that that's not the way it needs to happen, then I'm not coaching. I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking the second half off. I'm like, well, I'll just let them do whatever because it doesn't matter. That if I don't say anything, then that's the impression I give too. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're up a lot, so it doesn't matter if you work hard. Doesn't matter if you guard the ball screen right. Doesn't matter if you remember the play. None of that matters. Just remember it when it's a close game.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
You're right. Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of the process. And we were bad in the second half. We were really good in the first half. We were bad in the second half. We talked about it, and that's what made me really proud on Sunday against SMU is, well, you know, first 2 minutes.
Well,
I called timeout.
I know.
But then we figured it out. In the last 18, I thought we did a good job.
You talk about being professional, and that is being professional, right? Being able to go about your business no matter the score or whatever. Doesn't that kind of speak to life in general, like just going about it, your business, and doing everything at 100% effort all day, every day?
Yeah, and I know they're not professional yet.
Sure.
So, like, I get that. Like, I understand that. Because sometimes people might think, gosh, she's hard. She'd be terrible to play for. I mean, it's like, I understand that, but we're trying to teach them by the time they leave here that they can self-monitor that. Mm-hmm. You know, they may go on to the next level. They may not. They may be in their job 10 years from now, and if they can't self-monitor that behavior themselves, then they're going to be chronic underachievers. Okay? And so when I visit with them and when I talk with them, when I spend time with them, none of them say they want to be that.
Right.
None of them say they want to be chronic underachievers. Mm-hmm. They all say they want to work hard. They want to, reach these goals and all that. And so, if that's what they want to do, then the recipe to do that is this. And I say this to them all the time too. Like, if there was another way to do it, I would tell them. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like this is my way.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like this is my way. This is the way. Like, there's no other way to reach your potential but to be disciplined and focused and work your butt off. There is not another way. If there was, I'd tell you. I'd tell everybody. I'd probably be really rich if I have found a way to do it without those things. Yeah. Then, one, it would not be uncommon to be successful because everyone would be able to do it because it'd be super easy. So we'd all be really successful. So there'd be no distinction. We'd all just be average. You know what I mean? Because average is like
really high.
The average. Right. Yeah. We just lifted it. We just gave everybody plus 10 points
for sure
on the quiz. So that's kind of the thing. And so I always say that to them. I'm like, if there was another way, trust me, I would tell you. I love you guys. Like, I want you to be successful. I would tell you if there was an easier way. There is not an easier way. So you can either do it this way and have success, or not do it this way, and then it's hard for people to listen to your complaints if you're not achieving, if you're not doing the stuff you're supposed to do to achieve. So
that's great. We'll take a break. We'll come back to Grub and have more with Coach after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield. Blue Devils, Carol Lawson. Great to have you with us here on this Tuesday night. If you're in the audience and you've got a question for Coach, feel free to bring it up. We'll try to get to it. I wanted to spend a couple minutes talking about the Louisville game last Thursday. Got off to that really nice start. And then, obviously, as you knew was going to happen, Louisville counterpunched, and then your team was able to fight back. How proud were you, Coach, of just the resiliency that your team showed in that game and continues to show over the second half of this season?
Well, that game was what we thought it would be. I mean, they're one of the top teams in the country, and I didn't realize this. They said that we never won there before.
Never. 0-5 all time before then.
Yeah. So I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I knew I had never won there, but I didn't know that the program had never won there. Because that was like about Notre Dame a couple years back too,
it was,
right? Didn't we win the first one up there?
And then Stanford this year too.
We'd never won at Stanford.
Not until this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Huh.
So, we always know they're one of the top teams in the league every year, and certainly you could make a great argument. They've been the best team in our league this year. When you look at their non-conference play, you look at their conference play, their depth, their talent. I mean, there's so many things that are good about their team. So you come into playing the team that's played the best basketball in the league all year, and then you're on the road. And it's going to be a hostile environment. I was just really looking forward to see how we played. And I wasn't as worried about result, to be honest. I mean, of course you want to win, but I just was anxious to see us play in that type of an environment against a team of that quality, because we had it, for a little bit of time. And so how we responded, how we played, how we navigated the ups and downs of that game, from the foul trouble, multiple players in foul trouble in the first half, to them coming back and taking the lead, to us, late game situation, possession game, making enough plays to win. So like all of those things, that game, had pretty much everything. And to be able to come out on top was a big confidence booster for us.
Because it was a possession game, and you've been in a lot of possession games over the last 2 months of the season, is that a game where some of those possession games earlier in the season start to pay off?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the more good teams you can play, the more close games you can play, the more you figure out who you are in those moments. And that doesn't mean you're going to make the right decisions all the time in those moments. I certainly make a lot of bad decisions as a coach in those moments, and our players aren't going to make every right decision in those moments. But the more you're in them, the more comfortable you can be, and the more clearer that you think. I think more than anything. Like when you're first in big moments, everything feels really fast. And sometimes it feels heavy too. Like you can feel the heaviness of the moment. The more that you play in those games, it's not to say you're immune to the heaviness or you're immune to how fast it can feel, but you felt that before. And so when you felt that before, you can now, figure out what you need to do and say to yourself in that moment to keep yourself locked in. And so our group over the last couple months, we've played in different close games, and we've had different people step up in those moments too. When we played the close games, where you go back to the Cal game, where Ariana makes a big play for us off the free throw, the missed free throw, and then puts it back and kind of seals that for us. And you look at the Stanford game, and how well Delaney plays, down the stretch in that game, and what she was able to do. The Virginia game, we're down 6 in the fourth, and we're able to come back. And so you can recount all of these things to yourself. And then of course in the Louisville game, I thought Toby's first half was terrific, and I thought Riley's consistency throughout was really good. So you're looking at all those things, and they can draw confidence from that.
I want to piggyback on all those things and dive into a few things a little bit deeper, but I do want to ask, obviously there's a lot of basketball left, still 3 weeks or so left to go in the regular season. How much do you talk to your players about maybe the mindset or the way teams approach the games against Duke now because of where the Blue Devils are at in the standings? Does that change at all?
Yeah, we haven't talked a lot about how other people approach the games. I mean, what we talk about a lot is our approach. What is our approach? And our approach is to be the aggressor. Our approach is to compete at a really high level. Our approach is to be prepared and respect the opponent, whoever it is, and come with an effort worthy of the win. And that's what we talk about. If you are worried about other people's perception of you, then, gosh, in the beginning, we were amazing. This is preseason.
Sure.
We didn't even dribble the ball yet. We were great. That's what everyone said.
Sure.
Then for the next month, we were the worst team in the NCAA, right? And then we were, oh, okay, we're just a little good, or oh, okay, and now, you know, we're back to being popular again. If you ride that roller coaster, then you're going to have to blow chunks at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what
for
I mean?
sure.
Like, that's just what it is. That's the roller coaster of life. You're going to have to, because you're riding other people's perception. And if you juxtapose that with, if you know who you are. Now, you got to know who you are. If you know who you are and you know what you're after and you are clear in that, it's just not as bumpy. There are ups and downs, but it's very clear. Like, stay very clear-minded. Who are you? Who are you during success? Who are you during failure? Who are you during adversity? Who are you, you know, when you need to improve? Like, who are you during all that? And who you are there, and it's clear what you're chasing, then every day you wake up and you're kind of like here. You're staying here. You're maybe not flatlining, but you're like in this smaller area. If you're who other people say you are, whew. Because, like, I'm just trying to figure out, how can you be that good, then that bad, then that good again?
Right.
It don't make any sense.
None.
So I think it's a great lesson, and I say it all the time, but it kind of played out in real time. It's like, don't worry about that stuff. I hope they're not listening to everybody say how good they are now.
Yeah.
You know? Because the same people a month ago were saying how bad we were.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So how can that be? How can both be true? Oh, I don't like you, but now I like you. I mean, think about it. If, like, as a friend, as a friend, like, it's like in December, I'm like, I don't like you, Chris. And I just ignore you, and I talk about you, how bad you are.
Sure.
And then January comes and like, hey, Chris, you want to hang out? That's what this is. And so don't worry about it. Don't feed into it. Just focus on you and your growth, and you'll have a much more enjoyable, experience of the season.
Feels like some middle school drama could be going on. You know, that's what it sounds like.
I think everything is like middle school.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I think even when we grow up, it's still like middle school sometimes.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back to Grub, have more with the coach after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield. We're back at Grub with the head coach of the Blue Devils, Lawson. Thanks for joining us tonight. Coach, I want to talk about the SMU game for a second because you talked a few minutes ago about how it's somebody different every night that seems to step up and have a big game. 3 double-doubles in that game against SMU. First time since 2019 I've had 3 players with a double-double in a game, but it feels like now maybe it's a lot of people coming together and having big nights for your team every single night.
Yes, I thought it was we challenged our forwards in that game to rebound at a higher clip than they had been, and they rebound well, but we feel like we need to continue to grow in that area, and so I believe 2 of the 3 had double doubles, 2 of the 3 forwards, and then Ashlyn and T continued to make at a really high level. Ashlyn had the 10 assists, and T was just 1 short of the 10. She had 9. We very nearly had 4 players with double doubles. So they do a great job of just playing together, making the right plays, and as a result, we have a lot of players having big nights.
How about Ashlyn? You mentioned the 11 points for Ashlyn, the 10 rebounds. She also has a lot of
10 assists.
10 assists. Sorry, thank you. 10 assists. Another great double-double, second of her career, I should point out, on Sunday. Does that just showcase how much Ashlyn can impact the game in a variety of ways?
I think Ashlyn's having a great senior season, and when you look at her rebounding numbers are the highest in her career this year. Her assist numbers are the highest in her career this year. Her defense is the best level it's been at in her career this year. And so she's really playing, a high level basketball on both ends for us and leading us and, contributing in so many different categories.
I want to ask about Riley and Ariana because we've talked about their growth so much throughout the course of the season. With 4 weeks or so left to go in the regular season, where do you feel like the next level of growth or the next ceiling of growth is for those 2 players as individuals?
I think for Riley and Ariana, and this is often true of young players, I think it's the consistency. When you see their high-level games, it blows you away. You're like, wow. Wow, like they're so talented. They're skilled. They're 2-way players. They can score. They can rebound. They can pass. They both can really pass the ball too. Man, this is amazing. And then you have some games where they're not as impactful. And the challenge for both of them is to be able to be highly impactful as many games as possible. And it's harder to be highly impactful against the top teams. And that makes sense. Like against teams that maybe aren't as good, you can have big nights. Against a team that's really good, it's harder to get rebounds. Harder to get 10 rebounds against a top 10 team, top 20 team. Harder to get a double-double against a top team. That's the next layer for them is the consistency and them being able to impact the game at a high level every night.
We'll take a break. We'll come back to Grub and have more with Coach after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield. coach of the Blue Devils, Kara Lawson. Thanks so much for joining us here for the show on this Tuesday night. We were talking about Ariana Robertson a second ago, Coach. Being able to come off the bench for Ari and kind of read the game as it's unfolding, how beneficial is that for her or any young player to be able to read the game and then know how she needs to go in and try to impact it?
Well, I don't think there's one player out there that prefers to come off the bench. Everyone wants to start,
Sure.
of course, and so they're all competitive and they all want to. As Ariana, as her role has evolved, obviously she didn't play the first few games as she was still coming back, navigating her rehab from the injury, and then we had to be smart with her minutes in the beginning to make sure that we were building her up safely and appropriately. And so it's just kind of naturally evolved that's her role this season. And I think she's growing more and more into that. To have a player that's capable of coming off the bench and having 20 points and 10 rebounds is a luxury. As a staff, we've actually had players that can do that the last few years. And so it's nice to have firepower and production off the bench.
Now, let me ask you about Toby. Was named ACC Player of the Week yesterday. Hard to believe first time in her career she's been Player of the Week, was Rookie of the Week a bunch last year, 5 times. Anyway, for
That surprises you?
No, it surprised me that she was the Player of the Week.
Oh.
But
No, okay.
Wait.
I'm going to be good here.
No,
Keep going.
no. I was going to say, nice to see her finally getting recognized for some of the numbers that she's been putting up.
Yeah. Recognition is always a good thing. It's too few and far between for our players.
I agree.
Yeah.
I vote in those awards, and I vote for your players.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Toby also named to the McLean Award top 10 list a couple of weeks ago. Does, again, that sort of showcase that finally Toby's getting some of the nods nationally that she's been deserving of?
Yeah, I mean, she's one of the best players in the country. I don't think that's hard to see. And she impacts winning. She plays at a high level on both ends. And, she's somebody that her consistency this year, I think, has not only been much improved, it's been a big force for us to know that every night she goes out there and is going to compete at a high level, but she's going to produce, she's going to score, she's going to rebound, she's going to block shots, she's going to defend at a high level. When you have that, that's something that's really valuable.
Where's the biggest growth Toby's made on the defensive end since last year?
Adherence to scheme, yeah. So understanding what we're trying to do, and I think she's doing more of the things correctly than she was as a freshman.
How about Jordan Wood? It feels like Jordan's had some big minutes for your club, had a couple big threes against Miami in that game a couple of weeks ago. Just feels like she's giving you another lift off the bench.
Yeah, I thought the Miami game and the Louisville game, her ability, she's really underrated for what she brings to our team, because she's a swing player for us that can play the 3 and 4 position, and she can toggle between both of those within a game, within a quarter, within a half. And in the Miami game and in the Louisville game, we got into foul trouble with our forwards, and she had to play on the interior. And then we needed a break for T got in foul trouble in the Louisville game, and then we needed Woody to play the guard there. So the value of her versatility comes through, it seems like, in every game, where we're utilizing her in different ways, offensively and defensively, and she's coming through. And she's another, she blocks shots.
Yeah.
She's another one that contributes to just the length on defense and the ability to stop people at the rim.
We're going to visit with Tyna Mayer here in just a second. Hard to believe in her senior season already. Can you just tell us a little bit about T and what she means to you?
Yeah, I'm not going to get too in depth. I have a lot to say this weekend at our gala, that we're having to honor the seniors. So, but she's a special person and somebody that has been, the linchpin to our success really the last 3 years, our starting point guard for 3 years, and the games that she's helped us win, the mentality that she brings, the competitiveness, the toughness. She's a two-way player. She's somebody that we rely on, that's consistent for us, and she's one of the best guards in the league. And so when you add all that up, I mean, what else could you say? What else would you want to say? She does well in school. She's a great teammate. She has the respect of everybody in the locker room. So there's not a thing that she does that you're disappointed in.
We're going to visit with Tyna Mayer coming up, and we come back to Grub on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield. the Carol Lawson Show here on this Tuesday night, and happy to have with us Taina Mayer, Blue Devil guard. That great hand for T. Great to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
No, of course. Thank you for having me.
Before we get into the basketball stuff, really sorry about your Pats on Sunday.
Oh, man. That's crazy, Chris.
No, it's tough. I was rooting for you guys, and sorry.
Well, we appreciate it. We'll be back next year.
Okay, I love it. Let's turn our focus to the basketball court. For you growing up, when did you first fall in love with basketball?
Well, I fell in love by watching my older sister play. She's 8 years older than me, so I was maybe about 7 years old. She was playing in middle school, high school. I just wanted to be like her. I want to be like my big sister, so that's where my love for basketball came from.
Did you have a player, obviously your sister, but maybe a professional player that you modeled your game after growing up?
Modeled? Not really, but I really love Kevin Durant. He's my favorite player all the time, and also Jason Tatum as well. So they're two very competitive players, and I just love watching them.
When did you realize, T, that you might have a chance to play basketball at a high level, outside of high school or AAU, but maybe at the Division I level?
Yeah, around 8th grade, going into high school, that's when I really learned about what college scholarships were and what that can do for me, giving me an opportunity to be able to play 4 years at a university, and my mom didn't have to pay for it, so it sounded like a good gig to me. So I was like, all right, let's go for it.
Let's fast forward now. Your senior year of college, third year here at Duke. As you kind of think back on your career and your journey, what are you most proud of so far? And still a lot of basketball ahead of you, of course.
Yeah, I think I'm just proud of the impact that I've left, not only on this Duke program, but for my family. I mean, they're super proud of me, and that makes me happy that they're inspired by what I do each and every day. So,
when you were thinking about where to go next, and obviously chose Duke, what was it about Duke that made you know this was the right fit and the place for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was in Coach Carroll's office with my family, and they got super emotional, and I think that was the moment where I was like, this is really the home for me. This is home. And not soon after, I called Coach Karen and I told her that I would be coming to Duke. And she kept it on the low for me because I had already scheduled other visits and gave my commitment at the time. But yeah, I just knew it was Duke from that moment.
Notice she said they got emotional.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't get emotional. So her family got emotional.
Yeah.
And then when she called me to tell me that she was coming, I got emotional. Mm-hmm. But she doesn't get outwardly emotional. She has emotional side.
Sure.
I'm not saying she's devoid of that, but she doesn't outwardly, give you. So
yeah,
it's always me crying, not her.
I gotta know. Obviously, Coach was a great point guard. Did you know about Coach's playing career, but before you decided to come to Duke?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
No.
Not at all. I had to do my research.
That.
Yeah, I had to do my research.
So when did you look it up, and then when did you realize, Coach legit, she's a baller. She's a hooper.
Well, I actually, after I got off the phone with Coach Kerr, when I had initially, maybe a week or so after I entered the portal, I talked to her, and she was just very different. Something was just very different about her. I got on the phone with her, and she was just very all about her business. And I was like, okay, who is this? I gotta search her up a little bit. And it was WNBA this, Olympics that. And I'm like, all right.
Well, what's it like being able to play the point guard position and then play for Coach who played that position at the highest level?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot, honestly. I mean, she was great in her time in college, WNBA career, her Olympic career. I mean, you guys can go look it up for yourself, just like how I had to. But she gives me a lot of pointers, especially during practice and during games. The way she communicates to me is a lot different because she understands what it's like to be a point guard and what I need to be seeing and gives me tips all the time. So I think for me, I'm just super grateful that, I'm playing for a coach who's playing my position and I get all these pointers. It's something that I'm super grateful for.
We've talked about this, and I think you and I have talked about it too, just the third player in Duke history to have 1,000 career points, over 500 assists, and over 500 rebounds. The other two are Lindsey Harding and Elena Beard, two of the all-time greats in women's basketball as a whole. What does it mean to you to have your name up there associated with those two players?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. We had talked about this. Yeah. But, it's just something special for me. I just want to be stamped somewhere, and I'm able to be stamped here at Duke and be along those legends who had a path for everybody here. I mean, for all of our players here. I mean, just being able to look up and see my name up there is dang, I did something good. I'm doing some good things here. But they're legacy players at Duke. I mean, you go down the hallways and you see their name, you see their pictures everywhere. So I mean, it's just an honor.
Okay, I'm going to give you a number that I didn't know until today, and maybe you didn't know either. You're 7 assists away from being in the top 10 all-time in the ACC in career assists.
Nice.
Like, everybody that's played in the ACC, you're going to be in the top 10. Like, what does that mean? What are the emotions there?
I mean, that's special. I mean, I'm doing my job, so I mean, it just shows that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, getting my teammates great looks, and they're hitting them. So it's a credit to them.
To that end, though, Coach and I have talked about it. Like, the most important stat is just to win as a point guard, right? And all the wins that this team has had. Like, how much pride do you take in the successes of your teammates and what you guys have been able to accomplish on the court?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of heart to be able to go out there and win games, especially with the way that we have started this year. So every win that we have gotten through ACC and even non-conference, like we have to wear that stuff, you know, like it has to stink. It does. It really has to because we earned it and we worked really hard for it. We had to grow a lot in the beginning to be able to get to this point, to be undefeated, and to continue to stay focused. So.
And as you look at this team and the defensive part of the floor, like that's always been one of the calling cards for coaches, playing hard-nosed defense. How pleased are you with the way that your game and your entire teammates' game have come along on the defensive end?
Yeah, I mean, we worked very hard on it from summer even until now, every day, even in practice. Coach makes sure that we're on our P's and Q's when it comes to defense because defensive stops and wins games. And we've shown that throughout the course of the year. So I think that us as a team, have we gotten a lot better, especially from non-conference to conference. It means a lot, and our defense is something that we have to take our pride in. And I feel like as a team, we've made sure that, you know, like on defense, like we're holding it down, and then offensively, everything will open up for us.
There's a lot of basketball ahead for you this year, and after that, what's maybe one game or one memory that stands out for your time at Duke?
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably beating UNC at home last year. I mean, it was a great win. It was great energy. It was great vibes. And it'll be fun to run it back on Sunday.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Give me a key or two that you think this team needs to do to be successful down the stretch of the regular season.
Yeah, I think just staying focused. Look, there's just a lot of outside noise about us being good. You know, the same outside noise that told us that we were bad in the beginning. So just staying focused. And I think that's really it. That's the one point I have.
I love it. T, great to see you. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate
That's
it.
Ty Mayer joining us here on the Carol Lawson Show. We're back to Grub after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
Wish that I could tell you.
Head coach of the Blue Devils, Carol Lawson. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Coach, I want to get your perspective on that note about T that we talked about, 7 assists away from being top 10 all-time in the ACC. And as a coach, what a number like that means to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes back to just the career that she's put together, and I think it's been underappreciated outside of Durham to think that she's going to be one of the best in ACC history. Okay, think about how many years there's been ACC women's basketball has been played, and she's going to be one of the 10 best, and maybe higher. I don't know where ninth is or eighth is or anything like that. And she'll be the only Duke player in that top 10. Okay, that's incredible stuff. That's incredible stuff. The career that she's put together and how she's been able to continue to grow in that point guard position. So, like I said, she's one of the best guards in the ACC. She's put together one of the best careers as a point guard at Duke University. When you look at the numbers, 1 of 3 with 1,500, 500, the only Duke player in top 10 in assists in ACC history. I mean, what more do you want from your point guard, and then the winning?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, to be able to lead us to our first ACC title in 12 years, to be able to lead us to back-to-back second weekend appearances in the NCAA tournament. You know, she's done everything that we've asked of her.
We talked on Sunday before the game and even after the game about being able to play in transition, and obviously T's got to make some of those passes down court, but your forwards as well, I thought, have done a really nice job of running the floor and getting down for those transition opportunities.
Sunday?
Yeah.
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 Sunday they did a good job. I liked it. I liked how they ran.
Yeah.
And, you know, the transition game for us, you look at our forwards and they have a lot of strengths to their game, but one of them is their speed, their athleticism. They can get out and run, and they can catch and finish well, and they can utilize that to their advantage in certain matchups. And I thought on Sunday they did that really well.
And finish strong through contact, too. It feels like it's also a strength for your forwards and your entire team as a whole.
There is contact happening.
There certainly is.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about different styles of play. You mentioned it earlier, you know, games that might be played in the 80s or games that might be played in the 50s, and being able to win all of those. What does that say about your team, that they're comfortable playing, it seems like, in any kind of environment or any kind of game that might present itself?
Well, they're just competitors. And we talk a lot about, as a group, like, your job is to compete no matter the circumstance. You're home, you're road, you're up, you're down, you're playing well, you're not playing well. You feel well. You know, sometimes during the winter, sometimes you feel under the weather. You know what I mean? Like, you don't feel at your best. You know, and you're not feeling at your best, can you still compete? And we want them to understand that the competitiveness is important, and that it can help you win games no matter the circumstance. And you know, to this point in the ACC season, it's worked out well for us. But we're going to have to go to a different level in these last 5 games if we want to keep winning.
I feel like I ask you this every time we get a bye, but do you feel like this bye comes at a good time for your team?
I think so. I mean, you know, you don't get to control when your buys are, but for us, I think they came at good times, and a chance to kind of reset and get some rest. And also there's the school component that we all conveniently forget. You know, they don't, because they have to go to class every day, but, you know, it's good for them to have a week at home and in classes and either catch up or get ahead of their schoolwork. That's important as they start to get into February, start to have exams and papers and things like that, because they've been in school for about 4 weeks now. How
important is it, and you talk about this a lot, to break the season up into segments? Maybe it's not so daunting when you think about having to play, you know, 10 more games or 5 more games. It's 5 games here, then a little bit of a break, then 5 more games, and another little bit of a break. Yeah,
we just talk about it in smaller pieces. I think it's more consumable that way, and you know, the smallest piece is just the one game at a time, and who your next opponent is the most important thing, and you got to do everything in your power to try to put yourself in position to win against the next team. And then when that's done, you've got to do everything in your power to try to put yourself in position to win against the next team. And it's really hard in our league, because our league is good, and there's different matchups. And certainly I think our final 5 games are our hardest games, or our hardest set of games. Let's say that, because I think Louisville's one of the top teams in the country. But this is our hardest set of games for sure, to finish, and good. It's supposed to be that way.
Sure.
It should be the hardest at the end.
And, you know, 3 of those 5 games are against neighborhood teams. You know, 2 against North Carolina, 1 against NC State. Yeah. I think that's what makes, one of the things that makes this area so unique, or to have these games against people that you see in the grocery store.
Durham.
Right. Yeah. But
did you know that about me?
I did not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just shop in Durham.
Okay.
I don't go to other places.
I don't blame you. Yeah. But there's passionate fan bases.
Like we have 3 of the best teams in the country in this area. You know, we're very lucky to have 3 programs that are playing at a really high level and have been for the last few seasons, right? Or maybe probably more than that, more than a few. High-level players, high-level teams, great fan bases. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, that's what's unique about here. So, anytime we play anybody in the Triangle, it's we know it's a tough game. We know it's going to be a competitive matchup, and you look forward to them because you know it's going to bring out your best.
Let me get to a couple of questions from our audience. We got one on social media today.
This is one of the players.
No. It's from Hannah in Boston. I don't know who Hannah is, but it's Hannah in Boston.
Okay.
And the question is,
a little suspect.
In a 3-point contest between Jason Tatum and Kara Lawson, who are you picking and why?
Me. That's a question.
That was a question, yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look up what's JT's 3-point percentage.
I don't know.
In his career.
I didn't look it up.
I'd have to look it up and see how it compares. But I mean, how can you not bet on yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love JT. Yeah, but I'll take me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody, Mike, who's in our audience tonight, who wins between Duke's all-time starting 5 and Tennessee's all-time starting 5?
Am I playing?
I think so.
Me.
Betting on yourself
Next
again?
question, yeah.
Yeah, but I also think it begs, who are the all-time starting 5s for both teams? The programs are littered with tremendously talented players.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I asked if I'm playing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm in the starting 5 for Tennessee, but if you put me in the starting 5, then I believe we'll win.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that is a good segue to this weekend, though. Really fun weekend coming up, the Sisterhood Gala, a chance to honor this program and how good this program has been for so many decades.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's the first time we've done it in my tenure here, and we really wanted to create an event that, could be something that our alums really enjoy coming back for during their alumni weekend, an opportunity for them to all be together, and then at the same time concurrently celebrate the seniors of this class. And we have done in the past, a closed event for our seniors. And so it's just more of an intimate event. It's our team, it's their families, our staff, and we honor them and have videos about them and speeches and things like that. And their speeches are so good, no pressure, T. And their speeches are so good. And I'm like, other people should hear this. I think other people would enjoy, how authentic and sincere they are and how they talk about their teammates and their experience here. So we wanted to open that up to anybody that wanted to come. And our alums, season ticket holders, an opportunity, if it fits in their schedule to do it. And to do it in Cameron obviously makes it extra special as well. So, yeah, we have, I think, over 200 people coming.
It's going to be awesome.
For the event. It's something we're going to do annually in conjunction with senior weekend. So if you missed out on it this year, not able to come, it's something we're going to do every year. And, T and Ash have been such incredible in every way for our program. And, like I said, I'm not going to talk too much. I get emotional, and so I have to wait till Saturday to be able to say what I want to say about both of them.
Well, perfect time. We're up against the timeout. We'll take our final break. We'll come back and wrap it up with Coach after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
At this point, I'm just surviving. I'm just feeling wild and free.
Devils, Carol Lawson. And Coach, before we get too deep into our final segment, you got a birthday coming up on Saturday.
Yes.
So we did want to celebrate. We've got a piece of cake here for you. So if everybody could join me in singing happy birthday to Coach.
This is my favorite cake, too.
Carrot cake.
Carrot
Happy
cake. Almost,
birthday to you. Don't let me sing along.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, dear Coach.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. This is my favorite type of cake. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
Carrot cake is my favorite cake.
Okay.
No raisins, though.
No, okay, right, yeah.
No raisins in the carrot cake for me.
I love
Yeah, but it's my favorite cake.
I'm a big fan of some red velvet cake myself.
I like red.
Yeah.
Listen, I like cake.
That's same.
So, but my favorite type of cake is carrot cake.
I do have to ask about the Brass Bar Club
You like this
hoodie
shirt?
that you're wearing tonight. You know,
Yes.
it's Durham's hottest new club, and you're repping the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fortunate to have a lot of gear, and so I walk around and I was. Can I tell you a funny story?
Please.
I went to church today, and to a church today, and I was walking in, and I'm looking down at my shirt, and I'm like, my shirt says bar and club. And I'm about to walk up in this church. I'm like, I'll take this shirt off. So even though it wasn't like that, I was just like, this is probably not good to be walking into the, into the sanctuary with bar and club on your shirt. So I'm going to take this off. So I took it off.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Big picture question for you. Obviously, last weekend had a chance for the Play for K game, and we've had the We Backpack game. I'm just so taken back with these games and just how much basketball can impact everyone's life and how it can be a vehicle for things of good outside of the game.
Yeah, to continue to all these games that we've had, Chris, to continue to meet and hear the stories of the different people in our community. Obviously, the breast cancer impact on Sunday, and it's just it's amazing. I mean, I think that's what makes us human. That's what makes us this a shared journey with all of us, not just like Duke and basketball, but we're a community and we work hard for one another. We pull hard for one another. We are empathetic to the challenges that each other faces on a daily basis, and to be able to highlight the journeys of other people and the adversity that people have overcome, I think is inspiring. It's inspiring to me. Like I gain a lot of inspiration and motivation from other people, more so than things. What people do, what people navigate, what they overcome. It's like it gets me excited and it makes me motivated. So anytime I can be around, people that are inspiring is something that I think is beneficial.
And National Girls and Women's in Sports Day was a couple of weeks ago. Had the big clinic at Cameron on Saturday. Just for me, again, so cool to see how many women are impacting sports on a daily basis.
Yeah, there was a lot. I think that was the most we've had in a long time.
yeah.
This was like our biggest clinic that we've had, and really the 5 or 6 years I've been here. There were so many little girls running around. I was very impressed.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
NBA All-Star Game coming up this weekend.
Yes.
Do you have a thought on the All-Star Game format, or maybe a favorite All-Star Game memory that you might have watched on TV or been to in person?
Yeah, well, so favorite All-Star Game memory's got to be when Magic came back.
Yeah.
And played so well and made that three and all of that. So I would say that's probably my favorite memory. Just going to a lot of All-Star games over the years.
Sure.
When I finally got to go to them and watch them in person, that was really cool to see the stars play. I'm looking forward. I don't know that I'll watch it because
Sure.
we'll be busy, but I'll root hard for it. And we have some of our young guys playing in it. Obviously Duke. I think Con and Cooper are playing in the. Is it Rising Stars?
I think so, yeah.
Whatever that's called game.
Yeah.
So we're always rooting hard for those guys, and I don't think Duke this year has someone in the main game.
I don't think so.
But there's, obviously Jason's hurt
Sure.
and Kyrie's been banged up.
Yeah.
So, we're always rooting for the Duke guys.
Let me ask you about Sunday. Obviously, a special day, fun day, with it being North Carolina, and a great crowd expected. And hopefully people come and make a lot of noise and support this team on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful thing about the rivalry, and a beautiful thing about both teams having great seasons, and we get a chance to compete against one another in front of great fans. I mean, it's what you would want, on a Sunday afternoon in Cameron. It's going to be loud, and I think both teams are going to fight. Are going to compete their hearts out, as these games always are. Both teams in this environment always play as hard as they can, and may the best team win.
Coach, enjoyed it. Thanks so much, and enjoy the cake.
Thank you.
All right, that's the head coach of the Blue Devils, Kara Lawson. Thanks to David Milan for his help back at the studio. Thanks for joining us tonight for the Kara Lawson Show here at Grub on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.